What is going on, my friends? You can see that what we're going to be talking about today is how a single dad removed his golden handcuffs of agency work and turned to affiliate marketing, and his vision, his experience, what he's seen through basically the ups and downs of drop shipping and Amazon and these sort of business models that have been really pretty hot over the past couple of years, right? It's been all the new hot shiny object, and without a doubt there's been a lot of people who have been successful with those business models, but we want to talk today, at least learn from Eric Thomas, our guest, about why he's turned to affiliate marketing, why he's turned to more than just affiliate marketing, but why he's turned to these core four business models we teach of selling information versus having basically an online brick and mortar store. Because as we know, drop shipping, etc., comes with an element of manufacturing, shipping, even sometimes holding inventory. It's got its pros and its cons. So it's not my story. It's Eric's. Thrilled to have him as a part of our community here at Legendary, and also as a first-time guest here on Legendary Marketer. Eric Thomas, welcome, and good to see you, my brother.
Thank you very much. So pumped to be here. This is exciting. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah, great energy. I'm thrilled to have you here. You are from and currently in California, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right around the time that COVID kind of hit. I moved out here to kind of be closer to my kids and stuff like that. And, all the rioting and stuff like that, unpredictable times, just made sense to be close to them. And so Irvine, California, here's where I'm at, representing now.
Yeah. So you made a dad move.
Got to make the dad move every so often. You know what I mean? As often as possible.
I am the biggest, dorkiest dad now. My wife actually said to me the other day, she said, "When did you turn into such a corny dad?" And I said, "Honey, we're too far in to be asking those questions now." That check has been deposited a long time ago. I've still got some swagger left. It's deep in there, but for the most part, that part of me is dead. I am now resurrected as Sir total dork dad these days.
Absolutely. The corny dad jokes and everything, right? You got to have them at this point.
No, definitely. I got them. The behavior, everything. It's shocking how much a person can transform through their kids.
This is true.
And so tell us a little bit about your story. Your kids play a huge part. I know a little bit about your story in terms of being divorced. Your ex is a best friend, either a former or current business partner. Your kids are your number one priority. You started in e-commerce, doing some work with Amazon, and now eventually you found us, you found Legendary, you found affiliate marketing. That's the nutshell. Give us the context, fill in the gaps for us a little bit. Give us the short version, because we want to learn as much as possible from you today.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay, for sure. So basically, my first go at getting into business online, it was nuts. Like I read like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I knew I wanted to build a business, and this whole online business thing seemed really exciting. And I knew I just wanted to really get into it, really figure this out. And so my thought back then was like, look on YouTube, look on blogs. I came across Pat Flynn out there, and just really trying to dig in deep and figure this thing out through as much free content as I possibly could. And after 2 years, I figured out, dang, I still know nothing. This is a full-time job, just trying to find the information. And it was around that time that things were just rough. Just life just wasn't working. I was a new dad of 2 kids, still a student in college, and I couldn't provide for my family. We were on food stamps at the time. And even that, there were days where it just felt I was relieved when shopping day came around that I wasn't the one going out. It was my wife, and I didn't have to give the food stamps that day. There's nothing wrong with it, but for me, it just felt like I just can't provide for my family. And this is just, as hard as I work, no matter how hard I work at work, it doesn't matter. And so I just knew I wanted to replace it. And when it came down to it, I remember that one first day when an email hit for a free training, figuring out this whole Amazon FBA stuff. And I hopped on. There's these free trainings over several days, and it was just talking about this amazing business model. So it's like, oh, this is awesome at the time, right? Until I saw the price tag, and it was just like, oh, dang. Okay, so like got to really figure out how to figure out this business model. So that was the first time I really figured out the importance of investing in higher learning, like investing the money, getting my money where my mouth was, and figuring out how to make this thing work out. And ended up being the best decision ever. It was my first kind of springboard into figuring out online business, getting my first successes. And then that just kind of led to this whole idea of starting an agency. We were really good at Amazon FBA, might as well help out other people with it. So for the good chunk of the last 9 years, I want to say 7 to 8 years now, we had that agency, and we were serving Amazon sellers with photography, videography, helping them just sell more with less effort. And it seemed that the more successful we got, the less time I had. So I kind of swapped out this lifestyle, getting rid of the 9 to 5, adding it to like I don't even know, the 5 to 9 or something, I guess you could say. It was nuts. Like, why would I build myself into this box of just not having any more time again? I know it's like entrepreneurs, like they'll work the 80 to avoid the 40, but this is just ridiculous. I don't have time for my kids anymore, or things that I want to do anymore, you know? And now I'd be like the whole like single dad life. I'm excited to try the dating out and all this stuff too, but no time for that even as well. Like, what is going on? It just didn't make sense anymore. And so not only that, I just kind of felt like I was dying inside every single day. It felt like there's no time. And for me, number one, for passions, there's no time to even like take care of myself. So I was way overweight. I was probably like 240 almost. And I was just done. There's just no reason to keep following that anymore. And so I just made a drastic choice to leave that partnership, leave that business behind, and just say, I just can't do it anymore. Here, let's make sure that I replace myself. Let's hire some people on. And around that time, I was just looking for another business model that could give me the time, it could give me this headspace, the passion space to do all that I wanted to do and just live my dream life without the golden handcuffs this time. And affiliate marketing just popped right in. It was this amazing thing. Saw a legendary marketer. I was on TikTok, just kind of geeking out like most people do, and just kind of came across it. And it was like, dang, like high ticket affiliate marketing, like this is even a thing. Who knew? Yeah, it's pretty wild though, for sure.
Interesting. Wow. What a story of ups and downs. You're a great storyteller. Just I think adding, just for those of you, we got a bunch of marketers who are on the show. So let's point out the great marketing information here for you guys. That not only thank you first and foremost for being so transparent and vulnerable about your journey, about your lows. It's easy to talk about the highs, man. It's easy to talk about the, whatever the successes, money, etc. It's not as easy to talk about the lows. But those are the most powerful parts of our story. Those are the pieces that people can really identify with, because, and for those of you who are creating content, writing copy, creating videos, remember that most people are going through some sort of struggle. In a sense, they may even be addicted to their struggle. They're getting some sort of payoff from it, and they haven't yet figured out how to turn that "I can't do this because" into I'm going to do this regardless. And you sharing your vulnerabilities creates an identification to where people are like, wow, I can. And I just wonder how many people, if you could comment, can relate to just being in a place to where not only you're feeling inadequate, like you can't provide, male or female, because females, look at all you females on here. It's not just a male thing. Females too. They want to contribute. They want to create. They don't just want to be moms, right? Nothing wrong with being a mom. Nothing wrong with being a dad. But this is not a group about being a full-time mom. This is groups. This is a community about entrepreneurship and marketing and creating and so forth. And so how many of you guys can relate to that feeling of inadequacy? And then what was interesting, and what is interesting to me, Eric, is the fact that you created a business and the model ended up becoming the ball and chain, right? Not how most guys are like, oh, the marriage is the ball and chain. No, you're which which by the way, I don't believe in that. I believe that love and marriage should and can be a way in which we thrive and prosper. Take some challenges to get there, but your business became a ball and chain, and that's interesting to me. How important do you think it is now that you know what you know to really understand the business model that you're getting into?
Yeah, like it's really important. But I mean, to consider that you're still starting at ground zero. I mean, everything is a step-by-step process, staying in consistent learning it. But yeah, dissect every part of it to really understand what is this landscape view going on? Like, what are the key points where I need to be involved? And eventually just to kind of even identify the parts that you don't like. I feel like it's really important to hire someone else to help out with those other things you don't like either. But you kind of have to know at least landscape, what's going on and where do you need to go from here? And so I think it's hugely important. Definitely. Right now, I know that. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, finish your thought.
My thought was that like now going forward, I know that me creating TikToks and stuff like this is a pretty easy process. There's more I'd like to do with it, but a lot of it involves a lot of like video editing work that I really don't want to do. So that's like my next big role I want to kind of hire somebody out for, is making that kind of content that I want to create with that. And so I'll be hiring that pretty soon.
Yeah. So it's also it's you know, all the challenge with marketing pitches nowadays in terms of business models is that they all sound easy on the front end, whether it's consulting, whether it's agency work. Oh, we're going to teach you how to have a social media agency. You're just going to go do, you're going to post on Facebook and run ads for local businesses. No big deal, right?
Yeah.
The challenge is that when you start dealing with, and I want everybody to listen to this really closely, because this was where the handcuffs and the ball and chain sort of came from with your business previously, the agency serving Amazon sellers. But this is also where the challenge comes with every other business model, including coaching, running events, etc. Not so much with selling courses. Because I want to point out the flaws of our business models that we teach here too. It's not all sunshine. There's challenges, but you can sort of step up and start with affiliate marketing, which requires that you don't interact with the clients in terms of the delivery of the service or the product. You only focus on the marketing. And so it's not like you're trying to run all of the departments, customer service, product or service delivery, merchant accounts, et cetera, compliance. You're just focused on the marketing. And then once you've successfully sold other people's products, now all of a sudden it might be time you say, okay, I want to sell a course of my own. So it's baby steps into advancing as an information seller. What obviously there's of course no overhead and shipping or et cetera, and you can do it with minimal staff. Obviously you're attracted to that and you're pursuing that and involved in that business model now. But how different is that in terms of, if you could just speak from your experience of serving clients and it's easy to sell something sometimes, right? But then you got to deliver it. So tease apart and let people understand a little bit of the difference between selling information versus agency or service or even Amazon, to where you have that level of overhead.
There are so many lessons that you need to learn. Like if that's the kind of model you're going to jump into right away, there's a lot of lessons you need to learn. It's not just getting eyeballs on it. It's not just figuring out your marketing message, figuring out like what sales page is going to convert better, figuring out ... It's all the fulfillment too, all the back end stuff, all figuring out like what's the process, what's the framework, like especially when you're brand new, figuring out the framework. Even if you're an expert at something, it just takes a lot of time to honing your craft and figure out what's going to get people the best results possible. Because you don't want to give people junk. It's not fun for you. It's not fun for them. And it's going to kill your success later. So you want to make it pretty spot on as quickly as possible, I feel like.
Yeah.
I know with ours that when we were doing, we had our agency first, giving good success with people. And but not everyone was ready for it. So it made sense to do a low end like info product, get people in, get them excited about what we were doing. And I remember like the very first one we did was like a book, like a book that we would ship out. We eventually made it an ebook later on. But even that, like a small $5 investment was like really hard to like get it out to people and like help them see that this thing is actually really going to help you out with your business, what you want to do with this. And it was everything. At that time I was learning funnels. I kind of got into this whole idea of how funnels can help you out with this thing. And that was a whole full-time job itself. Like 40 of my 80-hour work week was figuring out how to make this thing happen. How do I make that thing work? And
I think the key word there though is fulfillment.
Oh, the fulfillment of it too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fulfillment of the service. And that's sort of what I want to really hone in on with people, because
gotcha. I thought you were on the information side versus the fulfillment of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, just the idea of how we at Legendary start people. Of course, it's all about selling information, but we start them out with affiliate marketing to where they only have to be in one division of the company, which is marketing, no fulfillment. Whereas there's so many other pitches out there, webinars, gurus who are like Amazon, drop shipping, e-commerce, and it looks and sounds easy because it's like, well, we're just selling trinkets on Amazon or whatever, or or agency, we're just doing some local advertising for businesses. But that fulfillment aspect of actually fulfilling on the product versus just affiliate marketing, doing just the one exercise, which is marketing. I think people get into these business models, drop shipping, agency, etc. And as you said, creating the SOPs, the systems, dealing with issues with customers, et cetera, it's like a daunting task.
Especially because every customer is so different. Sometimes you'll have the dream golden customer. Other times you have really difficult ones that aren't happy no matter what you do. You'll bend over backwards to make them happy, and you just can't always. And it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Probably those kind of customers took up the most time, hands down, for sure.
Yeah, I love, what's interesting, Eric, is we've had several people who have ran Amazon businesses and drop shipping businesses. And it's also been like legal challenges that they've had, like copywriting issues and lawsuits from other product makers who, when there's a product that's, multiple people are targeting on Amazon, and you move into somebody's territory because you start selling a product that they're dominating, sort of that little kind of niche. Then you get into, and we've had several people. Austin Becker was on here a week or so ago talking about the legal challenges, just the copywriting, and I don't mean copywriting as in writing sales copy, the actual copywriting issues and the trademarking issues of and I don't know all the details of it, but it was an unexpected challenge. It was another unexpected challenge on top of, with him doing drop shipping and so forth, of the issue of getting products over from China during COVID and all this different kind of stuff. And the example you gave of selling a physical book versus an ebook is a great example. If I can simplify this concept down that I'm talking about of selling information versus anything else, is we did that too. We've had two books that we've launched so far. One was a physical book, one was an ebook. And the amount of challenges that we had from shipping out that physical book, people in different countries not getting it, them wanting to refund because they thought they weren't getting the book, but it was just shipping around the world or whatever, versus that ebook, selling that information, that instant download, and it's so much, there's no cost on our end. They instantly have it in their hands. It's like the dream business model. And if the information is good, you start out as an affiliate selling other people's information, and then eventually you get into selling your own information. Now, you had mentioned also, just moving on, about fitness and kind of ideas and a vision about selling information in the fitness niche. Do you want to touch on that at all?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So the things that I love to promote are things that I have experience with. Like I don't want to promote anything that I have nothing to do with. I don't know anything about it. And so specifically, I mentioned earlier that I got just so like heavy my body, and I just wanted to transform that. I want to get back into dating. I want to look sexy. You know what I mean? So like, where can I go with this? And so same kind of thing, went out there. I specifically looked for a product that had an affiliate program that I could promote later if it worked out really well. And if it didn't, no harm, no foul. I can try something else later on. And so I found one that was just golden. It was amazing. I lost like 40 pounds in 50 days. It was just like, boom. Like, yeah, I'm finally looking somewhat good. No more of this double chin action going on. You know what I mean? And so,
dad bodders unite.
Dad bods
working on the one pack.
No way. So yeah. So in that aspect, like kind of figuring out how am I going to promote this new thing now? Like along the way, kind of documented everything. What tools did I use? What was good about this program? What wasn't? What would I add to it to kind of make it even better for people? Adding bonuses later on for you guys. And yes, like for that one, like I have some really cool ideas I want to do with it. I think the rest of it's going to figure out as I engage with the community of in my head, it's dad bods that are entrepreneurs as well. We don't have a whole lot of time that we want to put towards fitness.
Right.
We want to focus on the business, and then from there, focus on our passions, and then kids if we have them, and all this kind of stuff too. You know what I mean? And
I
so,
love that.
Yeah.
I want to chime in, but finish the thought.
Go ahead. No, I think that's basically it. Is that's kind of the next phase as far as what products I want to promote myself. It just makes sense.
I think that I love that. I love that idea. We know that there's three kind of big niches that people, really buy stuff in because of that sort of human desire for vanity and status and et cetera, which is health, wealth, and relationships. People want to make money. They want to get, they want to get laid. They want to get paid, and they want to be healthy and look good. You know what I mean? So, health, wealth, relationships. That's just, if we just cut through all the bullshit, that's what people want, at a core level. Not only is it a human instinct, but it's what people desire. They want to be loved and lusted after. They want to be wealthy and secure, and they want to be healthy, feel good, look good. Okay.
Right. So I'm in that spot now where I feel like I want to do all of that. Right. I want to get relationships ready, figure out this whole Tinder or whatever this Bumble stuff is over here, Well, and it's interesting.
I wonder how many. I love the creativity and the pre-planning and strategy of, okay, look, I'm going to gamify my life. So instead of just like dreading a workout program, like I'm going to go and find a workout program that has an affiliate program that I can go through, get results, and then turn around and promote and say, so now I have a personal testimonial for this product instead of just, and guys, that's the next level of affiliate marketing. That's, and even as you said, going through what's missing so I can add bonuses to that. So now you've got a pitch to where when you go out there to create content in that niche and run ads, etc., you've got a personal story, and you also know what's missing from the product, and you can be honest and say, look, this program transformed my life, but I wish it had this thing. So what I've done is I've created this as a bonus. So when you buy right now, just email me your receipt at blank, 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 and I'll send you this free bonus. So now this is next level. You've got a product works. You've got a personal story and testimonial about it. You're even now adding bonuses. Guys, what Eric just laid out is the next level, is not getting into business, but getting the business into you. It's about really being creative and being strategic with what you do. Now, those of you who are in the wealth niche, same exact thing. I'm going to go through, I'm going to learn, I'm going to turn around and teach and promote, right? It could be relationships, any product, any niche. I just love that approach, Eric. That blew my mind. And anybody who's on here who has the privilege to listen to this right now, if you didn't just walk away with a big fat golden nugget, I mean, I'm talking about one that's going to be hard to carry, then you're not listening. You're not listening, because there's so many people who are struggling with, they're approaching this business like it's a job, dude. They're approaching it like it's a job. Like, okay, let me clock in. Let me do the bare minimum. Why am I not getting results? And that's just not how entrepreneurship works. We got to rewire our brain to approach every marketing activity as a campaign, as something that we can create something that's different. And as much we can make the campaign personalized and customized and to stand out. And that, my brother, was a gold nugget.
Thank you so much. Yeah. You were saying something earlier too. It kind of made my mind kind of go over there too. But I think what a lot of people don't fully realize, I didn't realize for a long time, that where you're at right now, like in your life, if you're going to kind of pursue that approach, you're trying to figure out a business model, figure out a fitness program or some kind of thing, that where you're at right now is, it's like kind of like your superpower. Like it's like you're creating your story. You were talking about that, but like all the obstacles you're facing along the way, everything is a story. Everything is a content piece that someone can relate to, that you can then solve that problem and kind of go forward and just explode whatever it is you want to explode in your life, kind of a thing. And I like a lot of people just feel like they're not the expert in this. I'm not an expert in fitness, therefore I can't really sell this thing. But just your story, that's what qualifies you, especially as you're kind of making things happen along the way. That's your superpower. Like, own that and just dig into it deep,
Sorry, I was muted. In going through it, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You can easily like forget being an expert because you have all this knowledge. Like, personal experience of going through something, like going through that health program, and actually the physical, and that's the physical transformation. Now you've gone through it, you've had the physical transformation. That's better than any knowledge that somebody can sit here and spit at you on YouTube. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to my channel.
You're right.
Let me teach you about the theories and concepts of how to lose weight on the ketogenic diet or whatever, right? Versus, hey guys, I was a fat guy, who was depressed. Dad brought it out. Life sucking, like feeling like crap, needed to get back into dating, needed to be getting laid and paid, and wasn't getting, neither was happening. And so I went out and looked for something to transform my body and my life. And here's what happened. And then you tell the story. Let me tell you something, dude, that's a way more powerful. Now you are not, forget expert. You are the product. You're the campaign. Why? Because you actually went through the damn thing. And you did what we always talk about, learned it, did it. And now you're turning around and sharing it. And I almost think the learn, do, teach, like the teach can be like intimidating for people. Maybe we could just say learn, do, share.
I think share is a beautiful idea.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just a mental thing that we can just kind of, let's get that like roadblock or whatever out of the way. Because marketing, like if you can do it like how you're laying it out with just learning it, doing it, sharing it, man, way more powerful than being the expert, right?
I think you're totally right. Yeah, I think it wigs a lot of people out. People don't want to hop on camera because they have to figure out this whole lesson plan to kind of make this thing really lock and load, Even that's like a whole set of lessons too that you don't necessarily have to know about. Just kind of, like you say, share it. Yeah. Share the results. Share what you figured out. Share what didn't work. Definitely share what didn't work along the way. It probably helps more as well, for sure.
Brother, I kind of want to just bring this in for a landing, because what we talked about right here in terms of going through, a program or a product, searching it out, and then creating a story from it, and then turning around in marketing is so powerful. That's why I love these shows, is because this is like the power of a mastermind. It's like, and that's a kind of a buzzword. It's the power of just getting together with other people who are marketers, entrepreneurs. I don't have any in my neighborhood. I have very few in my town. But the beautiful part about the internet, we can connect with each other and have these kind of conversations, and from them come ideas. From them come clarification. And the clarity from this today, from the way you laid that out, I just want to let everybody marinate on that. That was so powerful. So let's hand it back over to you for some final closing thoughts for anybody who may be in a similar situation, feeling that you described that was so powerful, feeling inadequate, feeling maybe like they're a failure, feeling like, oh my gosh, I've started things so many times or whatever, and it's not worked out. Maybe I'm just destined to fail or be miserable or whatever. I can't do it. Just speak to that person here before we wrap up, and
Sure.
or maybe even yourself back, if you can think about what you would say to yourself back when you were feeling like that.
Oh man, if in the very beginning, if I could have changed anything, it would have been to find legendary market earlier. Now you guys probably weren't around 10 years ago or something like that. I don't even know, but I wish I had this path in front of me at the very, very beginning. Like you guys have it. Like this is absolutely working. I remember the very first time I really wanted to kind of go through the paces to kind of figure out affiliate marketing. It kind of worked out before in a smaller capacity for me, but not nearly as well as what I know this is going to do right now. Having just a proven path before you with people who know what they're talking about, people who are sharing story after story on all these different morning meetings that we're doing right now, it's working for so many people. It can work for you as well. It's all it's going to require is kind of getting through those obstacles that you're facing right now. Like you're not confident about what you're doing. You're not confident what you're talking about. You're not confident on camera, whatever the obstacle is, just kind of lean into that, lean into it, make it happen. Just realize that what you're feeling right now, you're supposed to be feeling that. You haven't done this before, and it's totally fine that you're feeling that. And before long, like if you just stick with it, keep doing your thing, keep trucking along, keep following those action steps along the way, and get into that kind of headspace of just sharing what you're learning along the way, no matter what it is you want to pursue, that's going to be money zone for sure. I think that's the best experiences I've had with affiliate marketing has been that. I remember my very first time that I got into it. It was with that course I mentioned earlier with Amazon FBA. It was working for me. I finally had a business model I could do, got the experiences from it. There's things that were missing. And so when they came to me and said, do you want to start sharing this program again? I said, yeah, and you'll pay me half the commission for sure. Of course I'll do that. But it was coming from a place of power that I have a story with this. People were drawn to me not because I was an expert. It was because what he's doing is working for him. And that ended up being a great payday for us in a whole different capacity. And so I guess
I love
free flowing.
I just love the validating people's feelings of feeling lost and of feeling uncomfortable. There's way too much motivational bullshit about just like if you want to be successful, you got to be this, do that, whatever. And almost as if humans don't have feelings. And it's like we all have feelings, and learning emotional mastery is part of it's part of the journey of being successful. And part of emotional mastery is just accepting the emotions that you're having in that moment and leaning into them. Like you said, that's really what it is. It's about being able to sit in uncomfortable feelings. Let me say that again. Emotional mastery, which is one of the absolute stools or legs of the stool of success, is about being able to sit in uncomfortable feelings and lean into them, as Eric said. So that was beautifully put, my brother. Powerful session this morning. I look forward to having you back on, continuing this conversation. Be well. Be safe, my friend. Best from me and my kids and family to yours. And happy holidays, and we'll talk to you really soon, brother.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Dave. So fun coming on here. Can't look forward to it again. Thank you.
All right, Eric. See you, buddy. All right, my friends. Golly, wow, that was really powerful, and it's worth a re-listen. Just so much, not only from an emotional and just inspirational, like how do I get me back, and how do I get me geared up for success? What are some of the things that I need to do to just my own personal care and my own mental and emotional health, but also the strategy of that affiliate marketing campaign and creating your own personal story. I just love that. And I really, really hope that you guys heard that clearly and you take that and run with it. With that being said, we will be back tomorrow, even though it's a holiday. And I love and appreciate each one of you guys. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate something else, Happy Holidays. I appreciate each one of you guys. The new year is right around the corner, and 2021 can be. It won't be for everybody. That's just the honest truth. But it can be the best year of your life if you decide that that's what you want to do. And we're going to be there to support you every step of the way. So with that being said, be legendary. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Wake up legendary, as we are every weekday. Rain, shine, holiday. You guessed it. We're here.